Viewers, welcome to my channel. This is A Square Maths Made Easy Academy. Now, in my today's video, we are going to continue calculation in calculus, and this very part is part 5. I stopped at part 4 in my last video, and that part 4 that I stopped, it was question number 17. Then if you observe the part 5 of my video today, you agree with me that I started with question number 17b. Why I target 17b is that this particular question, actually we use what we call the normal method in solving it. But the question now is, what if it is an objective question? What do? We can apply what we call shortcut method. And that is what I'm going to teach you right now. Are you with me? Now, if you have not watched my part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4 of what? Calculation in calculus, please make sure you do that so that it will help you in order to also watch what? Part 5. Can we continue now? Now, let's take question number 17b. Now, the question is this. Look up. That 17b. The question says, if y is log of 1 plus x all over 1 minus what? X base what? A. Find dy over what? Dx. This is called differentiation. Now, these are the options that are what? Given. Now, what we are going to do here now is to use what we call shortcut method to solve this particular what? Problem. This is 17b, right? Now, watch. What we are given is y equal to log of 1 plus x all over 1 minus what? X to base what? A. Now look at the criteria. Are you with me now? The law is this. Anytime we encounter what we call a natural law, it is always 1 over the function after log. You introduce it, then after that you now differentiate. Now, but you should not forget that we are trying to differentiate y with respect to what? X. So if you do that, you'll be having dy all over what? Dx. Are you with me? Now, can we differentiate? What is the law? The law says this. Since this is a natural law, we call it 1 all over the value. And what is the value? 1 plus x all over 1 minus what? X. Then if you have done that, the next thing is to multiply and differentiate the value. And if you observe the value, it is by differentiation, by quotient what? Rule. Why? It is numerator and what? Denominator. Now the question is, what is the general formula of differentiation by what? Quotient rule. I want you to look up. It is v du all over what? Dx. Then minus u dv all over what? Dx. Then all over v squared. This is what we call differentiation by what? Quotient rule. Now this particular one that you're seeing here is called u, while the down one is called what? V. Can we begin to differentiate them one after the other? Now let us start with the first one, which is u, and u is 1 plus what? X. Are you with me? Then if you differentiate u with respect to what? X, you know it's going to give you du dx. Are you with me now? Du what? Dx. Then the law says differentiate 1 plus x. What is the answer? 1. Have I made myself clear? It's just 1. How? This is a constant. A constant is 0, and throw it away. Then differentiate x. It will give you what? 1. Then I move over again to v, right? I want to differentiate v. What's the value of v? 1 minus x. Are you with me? Then differentiate v. It will give you dv all over what? Dx. Can we differentiate this? 1 is a constant. Throw it away. Then the next thing is to differentiate is minus what? X. When you differentiate minus x, it will give you minus 1. Can we fix those things here now? So that I will now be having dy all over what? Dx is now equal to, this particular one will move up, right? It will become 1 minus x all over 1 plus what? X. Then open the bracket. How? This is the same thing as 1 divided by 1 plus x all over 1 minus what? X. The rule is that when you see division, change it to multiplication. Inversion will do what? Occur. Can you see it will now give us 1 times 1 minus x divided by 1 plus what? And this one will go down, this one will go up. At the end, we get something like this. Are you with me? Now, let us continue. Then what do you think that will happen here? The next thing we are seeing here is v. What is v? Oh my goodness. V is what? 1 minus x. Close the what? Bracket. followed by du dx. What is du dx? It is already 1. Then you now introduce minus. Then the next thing we are going to do now is to consider u. What is u? Look at it here. U is what? 1 plus what? X. Close the bracket. Then here is dv dx. We have done it already. dv dx is what? Minus 1. I will now put here minus 1 and close the what? Bracket. Then close it again. Then all over v squared. Then the question is, what is v? Look at the value. V is 1 minus x. Then we do what? Square it. Are you with me now? If I continue, I will now have something like this. You agree with me that this is 1 minus 1. This is also 1 minus 1, but this one is squared. So meaning that one of these will cancel one of these. Am I communicating? It will remain 1 minus what? X. And after you might have finished differentiating it, since it is in base what? A, I will now go ahead and put log exponential to base what? A. But if it is base E, I will not put anything. I will leave it like this and simplify. Then can we move ahead? Now, do you know that this is 1 all over 1 plus x, right? Open bracket. Can we say 1 times 1? What is it? 1. Then minus x times 1 will give you minus what? X. I am done with this. The next one is minus 1 times minus 1 will give us plus what? 1. Are you with me? Then I will now say minus x times minus 1 will give me plus what? X. Close the word bracket. All over what? 1 minus x followed by log exponential to base what? A. Can you see that minus x here we cancel plus what? X here. Then 1 plus 1 will give us 2. 2 times 1 will give us 2, right? Then all over, open the bracket. 1 times 1 will give us 1. Then 1 times minus x is minus what? X. Use this now. Plus x times 1 is plus what? X. Then plus x times minus x is minus x squared. And this is log exponential to base what? A. Can you see that this one will go with this, right? So what is remaining here? 2 all over 1 minus what? X what? Squared. Followed by log what? Exponential to base what? A. Now this is the final answer. This is another way you can approach it instead of using or obeying the law of logarithm. That is number 17 what? B. Do you understand? So let's look at the option now. It cannot be this. It cannot be this. Wow. This is 2 over 1 minus x squared log exponential to base what? A. So which means the correct answer there is option what? C. Can we move to the next question? Question number 18. Question number 18. Question number what? 18. Now look at question number 18. Can we read it? The question says, given f of x as what? Square root of x. Find dy dx. But from first what? Principle. There is a condition. They didn't say find dy dx only, but they say from what? First principle. So which means anything that we are doing here is just first what? Principle. And you can see that this particular question has to do with theory for those that are writing theory world exams. But if it is objective also, and they say from first principle, and the options are there, I advise you to use the general formula because it will still give you the same word answer. But let us obey the first principle now. Now, how do we do? I want you to watch. Question number what? 18. The question says, given that f of x is square root of what? X. And they said we should find dy dx. Now, I want to give you the step of solving this. It will really help a lot. Are you with me? Now, the first step is this. Look up. You consider the question. Consider the question to be equation 1. To be what? Equation what? 1. That is the first thing. Oh yeah, let's go. We can now say that is number 1. Then number 2 is add the x on x, both left hand side and what? Right hand side. Anywhere we see x, you add what? The x, and call it equation what? 2. Are you with me now? Then the next one is step what? 3. Is step what? 3. After you might have done that, what is the next thing? You now divide. What did I say? You now divide through by the x, both left and what? Right. That is the third step. Now, after dividing 2, what do? You now move to step 4. Step 4 is to conjugate the right hand side and simplify. And do what? Simplify. I say conjugate the right hand side and do what? Simplify. Are you with me now? Conjugate the right hand side and do what? Simplify. Now, I want to say something before then. Look up, everyone. Now, I said the third step is divide 2 by the x, right? And now say the first step is conjugate the right hand side and simplify. But I want to tell you something here. Immediately we may have encountered step 2, which is number 2. I believe that this one will go first, which is this one. You conjugate first. Are you with me now? Then after that, we now divide 2 by what? The x. So which means this one is number 3, please. And this one is number what? 4. Then I say this one is number 3, this one is number what? 4. Now when we move to number 5, now watch. Are you with me now? I say divide 2 by what? The x, which is number what? 4. Then number 5 is to take the limit of left hand side and what? Right hand what? Side as the x approaches what? 0. And simplify. And do what? Simplify. To have dy dx. To have what? Small dy over small what? Dx. Or f prime of what? X is still the same thing. So what do I mean? When you limit big dy over big dx, it's going to give you small dy all over small what? Dx. Now let us follow this process now and see whether we are going to get it right. Can we go now? Now the question says f of x, right, is equal to square root of x. Call it equation 1. That's the first thing. Consider the equation to be what? Equation 1. Consider the question to be what? Equation 1. And look at it here. Then step 2 says add the x on x, both left and what? Right. And call it equation what? 2. Can we move now? This is f, right? Open bracket. What is here? X. I have seen x. Then add what? The x. Close the bracket. Now let's move to the right. This is square root, right? I have seen another x, then add what? The x, and call it equation what? 2. Are you with me now? Now the next thing we are going to do first of all is to join equation 2 and equation 1 by subtraction. By what? Subtraction first. What is equation 2? Look at it here. It is f of x plus the x minus, what is equation 1? Look at it here. F of what? X. Can we fix the values one after the other? This is equation 2 and look at the value. Can we write it now? This is square root of what? X plus what? Dx. Then introduce what? Minus. And move to equation 1. What is equation 1? Square root of what? X. Are you with me now? Square root of what? X. Now can you now watch? I said the third step now is to conjugate the right hand side and simplify. And do what? Simplify. Now, what is the conjugate of minus? Hope it is plus, right? Oh yeah, let's move. All I need to say here now is f of x plus dx minus f of what? X is now equal to square root of x plus dx minus square root of what? X, all in bracket. Then open the bracket and introduce the conjugate of this. What is the conjugate? Square root of what? X plus dx minus square root of what? Plus square root of what? X. That is the conjugate plus. What you do to the numerator, equally do to the denominator. I will now say square root of x plus what? The x again. Then plus square root of what? X. Close the what? Bracket. Now call this over what? 1. And they said simplify. Remember that this is step 3. Are you with me now? Then simplify. How do we simplify? I want you to watch. Alright, let's go. How do we simplify? Watch now. Now this is now f of what? X plus dx minus f of what? X is now equal to, watch. I will now use this to multiply this. Square root of x plus dx times square root of x plus dx. What is the answer? X plus what? Dx. Somebody may ask me how. Now watch. In short, if you are given square root of x multiplied by square root of x, the law says you should just pick one of the values here. And what is one of the values? Which is what? X. Or rather, I can say square root of x times square root of x will give me square root of x1 squared. This square root will cancel this square. What is remaining? Is it not x? Then if I'm given square root of ab times square root of ab, are you there? It's still the same thing. I'll just pick one of the value and call it what? ab. That's exactly what happens here. Square root of this times square root of the, pick the value. What's the value? X plus what? dx. Can we move ahead now? Now the same square root of x plus dx multiplied by plus square root of what? X. It will not give me plus square root of x open bracket. Then what? And I have with me square root of what? X plus what? dx, close the bracket. Can you see that I'm done with this? The next thing is to use minus square root of x to open the bracket. Can we go? Now square root of minus square root of x times square root of x plus the x will give me minus square root of what? X, open bracket, square root of x plus what? dx, close the bracket. Then to the numerator finally, minus square root of x times plus square root of x will give me minus what? X. Everything is all over the denominator. What's the denominator? Square root of what? X plus dx. Then what do you have here? Plus what? Square root of what? X. Are you with me now? Now look at the fourth step now. What is the fourth step? Divide through by what? dx. Don't forget, divide through by what? dx. Oh yeah, let's go. Now what am I going to do? To the left, I will now say f of x plus what? dx minus f of what? X. Divide through by what? dx. Then to the right, watch. You know, agree with me that plus square root of x of this will cancel minus square root of x of it, they are the same. Then again, x will cancel minus what? X. What remains here is what? dx at the numerator. Then all over the denominator. What's the denominator? Square root of x plus what? dx. Are you with me? Then plus square root of what? X. In this case now, we said multiply by 1 over dx. Am I communicating? Do you know why? Because if I say divide by dx again, it is only going to affect the numerator, not the denominator. The reason is because the denominator is in a square root form. So what do we do now? Can you see that the x down here will cancel the x up here? Are you with me now? Then what is the next thing? Take the limit. Take the what? Limit of both left and what? Right. Take the limit of both left and right. What? I will now take the limit of what? F of x plus dx. Then minus f of what? X. All over what? dx. As the x approaches what? 0. Then what you do to the left, do it to the right. I will now take the limit of the right. What is remaining? 1 right. All over the denominator, which is square root of x plus what? dx. Plus square root of what? X. Close the bracket. As the x approaches to what? 0. Now the answer is almost there. This is what we call differentiation by first word principle. Are you with me now? Then what do you think that we can do here? Watch. When you limit f of x plus the x minus f of x over the x, as the x tends to 0, it will give you small dy all over small what? dx. And that is what we call differentiation. Another way of writing it, you can call it f prime of what? X. It's the same thing. Or you can call it y prime. Y what? Prime. Then to the right, what does x tends to? X tends to what? 0. What does it mean? Anywhere we see x here, the x here, remove it and introduce what? 0. And the limit will go. So what is remaining? 1 all over square root of, this is x, right? Plus, I have seen the x. What is the x? 0. Then I will say plus square root of what? X. Then here we go. Can we now say dy all over what? dx is now equal to 1 over square root of x plus 0 will give you square root of x. Then plus square root of what? X. Now what is the final answer? 1 all over. Can we say invisible 1? Invisible 1. 1 plus 1 will give you 2, right? Pick one of the sort, which is square root of what? X. And this is the final answer. And this is what we call differentiation from what? First word principle. Have I made myself clear? But I want to shock you a little. And what is that? I want to use the general formula and also shortcut to solve this problem and know whether we are going to get the same thing. Are you with me now? We are watch. Okay, I'm not say or We are given f of x, which is y, right, to be square root of what? X. And by indices, the word square root means power 1 over 2, right? Then it's same thing as saying x raised to power 1 over 2. That's the meaning of this. So can we differentiate? What am I actually differentiating? Y against what? X. I will now have the y all over what? The x. Are you there? Then what is the next step? Consider the power. What is the power? 1 over 2. Then you multiply and repeat the question. What's the question? X raised to power 1 over 2 and introduce minus 1 to the power. Can we simplify this now? 1 over 2 times x will give us 1 over 2 what? X. Are you with me? Now can you see that I'm going to take the LCM, but the best way to do, just say 2 times 1 will give you 2 at the numerator. Then what is the numerator? 1 minus 2, divide this 1, then minus this 2 times 1, which is 2, divided by the denominator, which is what? 2. Can you see that the answer is already there? I will now say dy all over what? Dx is now 1 over 2x. Are you with me? Then what is 1 minus 2? It is minus 1 all over what? 2. I would have stopped here, but obey the negative power of indices, so that I can have 1 over 2 times negative power means 1 over everything, which is x raised to power 1 over 2. Then can we continue? It will now give us 1 times 1 will give us 1. Then all over. Are you with me now? I can now say 2, right? How do we write this thing? Somebody talk to me. This denominator, which is 2, signifies square root. And this is how we write square root. Square root of what? X raised to the power of 1, which is the same thing. Now, can we compare this now that we solve with the first principle? Are they the same? Yes. If you cannot address it in this way again, I want to show you another shortcut of solving this problem, and the answer will appear in less than a minute. Are you ready for that? I want you to watch. I said shortcut. The answer will do what? Appear. Now let's go. I said or what? Shortcut. The answer will do what? Appear. Remember f of x is y, right? And this is square root of what? X. What you should know, we are differentiating y with respect to x. It will give me the y all over what? The x. Now look up, everybody. Do you know that the word square root is power 1 over 2, right? That is what we are going to write first. I will now say 1 over 2. Are you with me now? Then after that, write the question back. What is the question? Square root of what? X. Are you with me? Now, what is the denominator? The denominator is 2. Are you with me? Then followed by the value, which is the numerator. What's the numerator? Minus 1. And that is all. So invariably, we can say that the y over the x is now equal to 1 over 2. Are you there? Then square root of what? X. Then 2 minus 1 will give you 1. And this is the final what? Answer. Can you see that in just a minute, I've solved it already? So that is how to solve differentiation by first principles. Are you with me now? And also using the general formula coupled with shortcut words method for those that are writing what? CBT or objective or professional words exams. Now let's move to question number 19. Now watch. Be careful here. Question number what? 19. The question says we should evaluate limit of square root of x plus 9 minus 3 all over x, all in brackets. Are you with me? As x approaches towards 0, it has an option. We have option A 1, option B 1 over 6, option C 0, option D indeterminate. Now to some learners, they will just conclude that since this particular option is in words, so the correct answer is option what? D. Please don't try it. What did I say? Don't try it. Don't say indeterminate. Solve first. Under limit, the secret of solving a limit is to know what x tends to. Here, x tends to 0, right? So let us substitute now and know what we get. Oh yeah, let's go. This is square root of x is what? 0 plus 9, right? Minus 3. Then all over, what is x? 0. X is what? 0. Can we now progress? 0 plus 9 is what? 9. Then what is square root of 9? It will give you 3. Then minus what? 3. All over what? 0. What is 3 minus 3? 0 all over 0. Anytime you, okay, punch your calculator. 0 over 0 will give you math error. And that math error means indeterminate. Means what? Indeterminate. You cannot determine it. So that does not mean that it is a final answer. Any limit of a function that you encounter 0 over 0, such limit does not exist. Don't forget. And because it does not exist, we regard it as indeterminate. As what? Indeterminate. And that indeterminate can be solved further. Can be solved what? Further. Using at least maybe 1 or 2 methods. But here, we are going to use conjugation method. Do you know why? This is in a short word form. So I want to solve further using what we call conjugation. Using what we call what? Conjugation what? Method. Are you with me now? Now let's take the question back. It is limit of what? Bracket square root of x plus 9 minus 3 all over x as x approaches what? 0. Now what we are going to do now is to conjugate the numerator. Now use the conjugate and multiply both the numerator and the denominator. Here the conjugate is what? Minus. So which means if I conjugate minus, it will give me what? Plus. So conjugating now we have limit of square root of x plus 9 minus 3 all over what? X. Close the bracket. Then over the conjugate, which is square root of what? X plus 9. From minus, it will change to plus 3. Are you with me? Then what you do to the numerator, do it to the denominator, which is still square root of what? X plus 9, then plus what? 3. Close the bracket. As x approaches what? 0. Are you with me now? Now, what is the secret on solving? The next thing we are going to do is to open the bracket at the numerator. I will now say the limit. Are you with me? As x approaches what? 0. Open the bracket. But I want to take you back. Do you know if this one cancels this, it will still give me back the original question. So which means we are still correct. Then let's go. Now the next thing is square root of x plus 9 times square root of x plus 9. What is the answer? X plus 9. Don't forget, I've taught you before. Hope the sort are the same. Pick one. Then the next thing we are going to do, look up. You know, I will say this times this. It will give us plus 3. Then square root of x plus what? 9. I'm done with this. Next is to use 3. This times this will give me minus 3 sod what? Square root of x plus 9. Are you with me? Finally, minus 3 times plus 3 will give me minus what? 9. That is close the bracket. Then all over, I will multiply this with this to have x. Are you with me? Open bracket. All square root of x plus 9, then plus 3, close the bracket. Do you know that I can easily say this times this, it will give me this because of OBJ. And I will now say this times this, it will give me this. So I'll forget about this. Because at the end, plus 3 sod square root x plus 9 will cancel minus 3 sod x plus what? 9. So why wasting time? Just this multiply with this to give you this. Finally, minus 3 times plus 3 will give us minus what? 9. Can you see that we're almost getting to what we call the limit? How do we progress? I want you to watch. Now, if you continue, you have limit as x approaches what? 0 of what is remaining? X plus 9 will cancel minus what? 9. So I will now have only at the numerator to be what? X. All over x. Are you with me? Then bracket square root of x plus what? 9. Then plus what? 3. Close the what? Bracket. Something is about to happen, right? This x down, up will cancel this x down. So it remains limit as x approaches what? 0. Open the bracket. I'm left with 1 all over square root of what? X plus 9 plus what? 3. Close the bracket. Finally, I can have the limit now. Are you with me now? Now let's substitute. What does x tends to? X tends to 0. Meaning that anywhere we come across x here, move it and it produce what? 0. Let's go. This is 1, right? All over. This is square root of what? This is 1. Are you with me now? This is 0 plus what? 9. Then plus what? 3. Can we now say this is now 1 over what is 0 plus 3? It will give you 9, right? Square root of 9 is what? 3. And 3 plus 3 is what? 6. So what is the limit? 1 over 6. Do you have 1 over 6 in the option? No. Oh my goodness, yes. Have I made myself clear? That is all. That is what? All. Now, the next thing I want you to understand is this. Now, look up. Very simple. What did I say? Very simple. It will signal you a lot of information. What if it is objective? Why do we shortcut it? Now, listen. Already I have known when I substitute for x and the answer is, tends to 0, and the answer becomes 0 over 0. I already know that it is indeterminate. Are you with me now? So my eyes now will now focus on one particular thing. I want you to watch. Are you with me? Having known that this thing is now 0, I don't need to stress myself again because it is what? OBJ. All I'm going to do, look up, is to conjugate, which is limit as x approaches what? 0. I've already known that if I conjugate this thing, it will change to what? Plus. This one multiply this will just give me x plus 9. Are you with me now? And minus 3 multiplied by plus 3 will give me minus 9. Then all over. You know that this particular x here will come down, right? And the numerator will still come down, which is square root of x plus 9 minus 3. Close the bracket. Can you see that the answer have appeared? Using what? Shortcut. So which means plus 9 will go with minus 9. X will go with what? X. Oh my goodness. Am I communicating now? So what remains now? Use your eye to discover that the whole of this now is now 1. And here is already x tends to what? 0. Then what is 0 plus 9? Is it not 9? What is square root of 9? Talk to me. Is it not 3? Are you with me now? Please, this conjugate is 4, please. Remember, we change it from minus to what? Plus. Then I will say plus 3, please. I beg your pardon. At the end, this is not 1 over 6. This is what we call shortcut. What we call what? Shortcut. Can you see I did not follow all these protocols? And you now check, is there any place like that? Yes. Which is option 1 over what? Option what? B. So remaining the last question. Remain the last what? Question. Which is question number what? 20. Question number what? 20. Now I want you to watch. Question number what? 20. Number 20, let's read it together. Given f of x to be 1 over x squared minus 9. Now the question says find the domain and range of this function. The domain and what? Range. I want you to observe something here. Question number what? 20. That should be our last question. Number 20. What is given? Is it not f of x, right? And it is now equal to 1 over what? X squared minus what? 9. Are you with me? Now, what are we looking for first? We're considering just the domain of f first. What did I say? Domain of what? F. Anytime you see a rational function, what is a rational function? Numerator and denominator. The condition is that the denominator, which is x squared minus 9, can never be equal to what? 0. Have I made myself clear? Then our target is to make x subject of the formula. Can I say x squared can never be equal to, when I carry minus 9 this way, it will give me 9. And this implies, make x subject of the formula, x becomes not equal to plus or minus square root of 9, which is what? Not equal to plus or minus 3. I have seen the domain already. Then what is the domain of this function? All the set of real numbers except 2 number. And what is that 2 number? Plus 3 and what? Minus 3. Do you know why? If I put 3 here, 3 square is 9, isn't also? 9 minus 9, what is the answer? 0. And what is 1 over 0? Undefined. Can you see this? What makes it undefined is because x is what? 3. Then I consider x to be minus 3 again and plug it here. I will have minus 3 all squared minus 9. Are you with me? Minus 3 squared is still 9 minus 9, which is 0. It's now 1 over 0, still undefined. So what is the domain of this function? Set of real number except plus or minus what? 3. We cannot stop there. There's a way we can express it now using notation symbols. How? We'll start with number 1. I can say the domain is set of real numbers. Minus means except. And what are those numbers? Plus or minus 3. Always use block. You can have it this. Then you can also have it another way. Or domain of f is set of real number, not what? Plus or minus what? 3. Are you with me now? Or you can also have it like this. Domain of f is set of what? X, such that x is a member of real numbers. Why x can never be equal to plus or minus 3. Have I made myself clear? Or the fourth one, domain of what? F is now what? Bracket minus infinity comma. then followed by minus 3 bracket. Why am I using bracket? Because minus 3 is not a member. I will now say union, another bracket. Put what? 3. Because 3 is not also a member. Use black bracket, don't use block. Then plus infinity bracket. All these are the same. That is the domain of this rational word function. Have I made myself clear? Then the next thing, which is the last one, is how to determine the word range of this rational word function. Yeah, here we go. Now we are looking for the range. Range of what? F. Be careful. Remember what I said before. Anytime you are looking for the range of a rational function, the first thing you are going to do is to consider f of x to be y and make x subject of the formula. Let's solve it. Y is now 1 over s squared minus 9. This is over 1. Cross what? Multiply. Now y times s squared will give us y s squared. Then y times minus 9 will give us minus 9. Everything is now equal to 1 times 1 will give us what? 1. What is my target? Look up now. Are you with me now? My target, okay, let's go again. Y times s squared is y s squared. Are you with me? I beg your pardon. Then y times minus 9 will give us minus 9y. Then equal to 1 times 1 will give us what? 1. My target is to make x subject of the formula. I don't need y here. Then we have y s squared equal to, this is 1, right? Take minus 1 to the right, it becomes plus 9y. I'm free that I can make y x subject. Divide by y, divide by y. Y will cancel y, right? So make x subject. X becomes square root. What did I say? Square root of 1 plus 9y all over y. All over what? Y. Now can you see that this is a rational root? What did I say? Rational what? Root. And the law is that since this is only y, it means that y can never be equal to what? 0. Because if y should be equal to 0, have I made myself clear? It does not exist. Watch now. This is 0. It becomes this number now over what? 0 is undefined. Talk more of getting its square root. Are you with me now? So which means the range does not start from what? 0. But I still want you to know that this range is a quadratic. Is what? A quadratic. And it's a positive quadratic word function. It moves to plus what? Infinity. So which means one of the range, and this is the actual range now. One of the range now starts from bracket 0, comma, and ends at plus what? Infinity. It is not over until it's what? Over. Then can we progress now? What do? We now ask ourselves, in the concept of a quadratic function, under what range, you can say all the set of real numbers under quadratic. Do you know why? Quadratic is either two answers, plus or what? Minus. It can move towards positive, the graph, and it can move towards what? Negative word, graph. So what do? Look up. We are going to satisfy this first. Am I communicating now? Now the question says that y, are you with me? Y is equal to 1 over s squared minus 9. Let me work on this first. Let me know the vertex first. What do you mean by the word vertex? Vertex is from x-axis, and this is a positive quadratic word graph. And the formula is minus 2 all over 2a. That is all. If I can get the value of x now, I will now plug it here. Anything I get here as a result, it will give me y, and y is my range. So watch. How do we rearrange this? This is s squared plus 0 squared minus 9. Do you agree with me? This thing that you're seeing here is something like this. The reason is because 0 times x is already off. What remains is s squared minus 9. Then call this word a, call this word b, call this word c. So which means my a is what? 1, and my b is what? 0. Can we substitute? This is minus. What is b? 0 all over. Then this is 2, right? What is a? A is 1. Now here we go. Minus times 0 is already 0 over 2 times 1 is 2. What is the vertex? The vertex is 0. Now with this, I can get the range, which is y. Y is now 1 over, what is x? S is what? 0. And 0 square will give you 0, right? Minus 9. Then it will now give me 1 over, what is here? Minus 9. And that is it. And since this one equals negative, which means the range is what? Minus infinity, comma, minus 1 over 9 block. This one at time around, minus 1 over 9 is a member. How do we rearrange it? For your watch. So in summary, I can now say